Okay, everyone, welcome back to the Black Gentleman's Culture Premium Cigar and Spirits channel. And today we are outside with the Nandysy, and this is from the Privada Club from 0423. Alrighty, let's get right to it. The wrapper is Dominican Viso from the, let me make sure I pronounce this right, Ceballo Valley. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. I probably butchered it anyway. The binder's from Brazil. And the filler is San Vincent, Paleta Cubana, and Falejo from Paraguay. All right. Now that we got that out the way, this is a 6x52 stick. Truthfully, I think the ring gauge is more 50 than 52. Now, the body. They're correct. You're going to get sweet vanilla with milk chocolate. The foot, you don't get the cayenne pepper, but you do get milk chocolate. As far as the cold draw, that's a big miss. No, there was no hay or sugar cookie, as they put. But it was a little bit of that cayenne pepper on the cold draw. Now, that being said, I paired this today with a Dow's Tawny Port. The reason why? This cigar suggested dried fruits. So what's better than dried fruits than a good Tawny Port? That being said, I'm going to see you at the first third. All right. Okay, everyone. I'm out front with Dow's Fine Ruby Tawny Port. The reason I decided to pair it with this cigar is main reason. The cigar suggested dried fruits, and what delivers great and has dried fruits in it, a good Tawny Port. That being said, this is Dow's, and truthfully, this is my second time having it. The first time I stole a sip when my wife wasn't paying attention, because this is one of her favorite Tawny Ports that I usually buy her. So I figured it would be good to put with some of the cigars that I said I'm going to start doing and pairing and suggesting for women. Then it's Dow's Tawny Port. That being said, I'm going to go ahead, get through the first third of this cigar, and let you know how the two are going. Okay, everyone, we are now done with the first third. Now let me spin it for you. As you can see, it has that soft kitty roller coaster burn going on it. That being said, the cigar so far is delivering. You're going to get that white pepper through the retro hell. You're going to get a little bit of spice off of the palate. And you're going to get a little bit of the cayenne pepper on the palate. Now, as far as what I paired it with, like I said, it's the Dow's Ruby Red Tawny Port. That itself is working miracles. Because believe it or not, this cigar, it says you could taste the dried fruit. Not initially, but with a small sip of this Tawny Port, and then you take a drag of the cigar, man, you could taste everything. They say it's orange blossom. I don't know what orange blossom is, but I'm doubting it. But I am getting more of like a fruit punch flavoring coming off of the cigar mixed with this Tawny Port. So far, I'm going to have to give these two a legitimate solid 8. That's right now. That's not the last pairing. That's not the last time I'm going to say about the pairing, so it could go up or it could go down. But right now, it's delivering, and I like it. So I'm going to give it an 8 right now. And the main reason I'm doing these two is, fellas, start treating your cigars like a good piece of red meat, aka beef. So you know, if you go to a restaurant and you order a good steak, you want a good wine to go with it. So that's what I did. And so far, this pairing It is magnificent. All right, see you after the, see you when I get to the halfway point. Okay, everyone, I'm almost to the halfway point with the cigar, and let me tell you, these two are perfect. This is not an 8, and I'm gonna be honest, this is more of a 9. The main reason, this wine is pulling out the orange blossom in this cigar. After you take a small sip, you'll take an inhale of the cigar. Right as the smoke clears the palate, you get a nice little orange blossom blast. As far as the retrohale, it's extremely smooth, but it is white pepper heavy. It's not overbearing if it's going to burn your sinuses or make you want to sneeze, but it is present on the retrohale. As far as the fruit of this cigar, as far as the dried cherries in this cigar, all of that is somewhat washed away because of this being a ruby red. But the best part about it, it allows you to taste everything coming off of this wine. So you're going to get the cherries, you're going to get the grapes. It's just an immaculate pairing. And like I said, I can't give it a 10, but I can give this a solid 9. So if you have this cigar from Privada Club, which is the Nandysy by Paraguay, go ahead, grab this tawny port, and enjoy the experience. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and do the halfway point of the cigar review. Okay, everyone, we're at the halfway point, and this cigar is delivering. I did drop the cigar itself, so it caused it to have somewhat of a little funky break in the ash. That being said, one of my favorite sayings, if you store your cigars perfectly, you keep them perfectly humidified, I could use this cigar as a straw if I wanted to. That's how open the draw is. The cigar itself is firmly packed and with a veiny wrapper, but it's not lumpy, and it's actually quite silky, the feel of the cigar. That being said, I would definitely recommend this cigar to anyone. I picked this up through Privada Club, and this cigar is 2 years aged from the day I got it. I got this in 23, and this is 25, so I actually waited 2 years sitting on the cigar before I smoked it. Yes, folks, I am that anal retentive. I have cigars even older than that in my humidor. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get to the final third, and I'll let you know if there's any serious flavor profile change. And the flavor profile change for the halfway point was stronger orange blossom. All right, everyone. This is the last one. This wine is just banging it out. As far as holding its own against the cigar and not overpowering it and not letting the cigar overpower it, it is a 10. As far as delivering flavor that doesn't get stale and boring, it's another 10. So honestly, I'm going to have to give these two a 9.5. These two are actually damn near a perfect pairing. Like I said, the orange blossom is now more prevalent off of the cigar because of the wine. And the grapes and the cherries and the other dried fruits that are in the wine are it's just immaculate. This is something, gentlemen, with this nice cigar that we're treating like a good old steak, I would say this would probably be, I would get this like a good old porterhouse. So if you got a good porterhouse steak you're holding on to, grab Dow's Ruby Red Tawny Port. I really think them two would complement each other perfectly. And as far as me treating the cigar as a steak, these two, if you were at a steakhouse, This wine and cigar would go great right after that steak. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get to the final third video. And like I said, it ain't a 10, but damn if it ain't a solid 9.5. All right, folks. All right, everyone. We have now made it to the final third. It's a strong kitty roller coaster burn. I did have to give it a touch-up light, even though it was trying to give me smoke, but I didn't puff on the cigar for over 5 minutes. So that being said, yeah, this sucker won't go out quite easily. The flavor profile is more the orange blossom that's on the palate. The retrohale is still the soft white pepper, and the aromatics on this is soft. It's actually the hay they said that you would get in the beginning. But no, the hay is more of the aromatics. So, folks, let me tell you, these two are a 9.5, easy. It's not perfect, but it's damn near there. Again, fellas, ask your girls if you got a decent cigar you want to try. Ask her if she likes Dow Tawny Port. It's a ruby red. I guarantee you, she'll say yes, so you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. You can get a wine that you'll enjoy, and you'll get a wine she'll enjoy. And if you're lucky, you can also get her to try a cigar with the wine. That being said, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish this cigar and do a little bit more pictures. The next video, I don't know, but I do got 2 more cigars I want to do. One is from Privada Club and the other one's a Cuban. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hit up the stores, most likely Western Wine Reserve, which is in Solon, Ohio, or I may hit Pat O'Brien's. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find 2 more decent bottles of wine, and hopefully we can get a good pairing. And this, like I said, this is for the ladies, and this is for the gentlemen who don't want to keep running around acting like we're a troglodyte. All right, folks, see you on the next cigar, and you know what I say. If you got them, smoke them. If you got a lot of them, share them with your friends and make another cigar head. I'm out.
Reporting live from a college dorm room. Turn studio. That's how we roll, though. Kai Roberts. Young man had a fetish for life. Was received by the dog, but breeze for life. Pulls up his sleeves, supposed to breeze, but he dreams of ice. And he gon' work all night just to make sure it's right. Got the passion of the Chrysler. The way he makes moves, no competition, but so much to prove. Cause if he loses, just rehearsing the curse of the black man. Streets eat you up like Pac-Man. It's too familiar, especially in the whole billiard where they play for the fold. Live life on coals, preteen on the curb, addicts lean on poles. Baby girls knocked up by Rogan, couple street slogans in his slang. Just a symbol of pain and frustration. He closes his eyes in meditation, escapes from the fast-paced, changeless place to vacation. Take you to a new world, a brand new world. Tell me when you wanna go, something that you wanna know.